And there's the little beauty.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most venomous animals.
Gillyweed may be innocuous, but boomslang skin?
It has hemotoxic venom. Small amounts cause hemorrhaging, even death, even in humans.
One thing is clear, you'd rather not be bitten by one.
For this list, we're looking at animals that inject the deadliest toxins into their victims. We're taking into account their danger to humans and their venom's median lethal dose, or LD50 for short. The lower that number, the deadlier the venom. Which one of these critters scares you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. The Brazilian wandering spider. Wander wherever you want, buddy. Just don't come where we live.
It's called a wandering spider, and the reason it's called a wandering spider is that it doesn't build a web. It just continually wanders in search of food.
The Brazilian wandering spider is frequently called the deadliest in the world by the famous Guinness Book of World Records.
These guys have a really nasty venom. It actually kills a number of humans every year.
And if you live in South America, there's a very real chance it might wander by your home. Their nomadic habits and numerous habitats mean they can easily stumble into residential neighborhoods. Thankfully, they don't seem to bite humans very often. When they do, they usually don't inject enough venom to kill.
This potent weapon makes the wandering spider a hunter of incredible power. Able to kill insects, lizards, and mice, animals as large as the spider itself.
That's surprisingly merciful for a creature whose venom has an LD50 of 0.134 milligrams per kilogram, meaning that 50% of test subjects are killed from just 0.134 milligrams of venom per kilogram of body mass. That's many, many times more toxic than cyanide. And we're just getting started.
One thing is clear, you'd rather not be bitten by one.
Number 9. The boomslang.
Gillyweed may be innocuous, but boomslang skin?
Turns out that boomslang is more than just a silly name for a potion ingredient in Harry Potter. It's actually the name of a very serious snake that honestly looks kind of adorkable.
The way to tell it's a boomslang's got a very blunt-shaped nose, shaped head, and big eyes. Got excellent eyesight, these snakes.
But boomslangs can kill you, with an average LD50 of around 0.1 milligrams per kilogram. Found in the African savanna, boomslangs like to hide in trees and shrubs, waiting to prey on animals like birds and chameleons.
It has hemotoxic venom. Small amounts cause hemorrhaging, even death, even in humans.
So it might be a good idea to look twice before you climb up for that perfect photo of a herd of zebras. If you do get bitten, don't panic. The venom works slowly, and there is an anti-venom. You should have several hours to get help. Number 8. Russell's viper. With an LD50 of 0.133 milligrams per kilogram, the venom of Russell's viper isn't much more potent than the boomslang, but it kills a lot more people. Why? Location, location, location. The boomslang is a pretty relaxed snake and doesn't hang out in places humans tend to go. But Russell's viper is aggressive, widespread in India, and tends to appear near populous areas. There have been more than a few cases where people have run into them while headed to outdoor bathrooms at night. And considering how venomous Russell's vipers are, a bite after dark can be a very dangerous occurrence. Number 7. The many-banded krait. Found in marshes throughout China and Southeast Asia, the many-banded krait prefers to be left alone. You probably won't have to see the distinctive bands it has on its body if you don't go looking for it. But if you do end up startling a many-banded krait, you better watch out. Admittedly, it's not nearly as harmful to people as its much more aggressive cousin, the Indian krait. But that's not because its venom is weak. In fact, with an LD50 of 0.09 milligrams per kilogram, this snake can easily be fatal to victims that don't get treatment. Luckily, the many-banded krait tends to be timid. Number 6. The South American rattlesnake. If you thought North American rattlesnakes were bad, wait until you hear about the ones that live south of the equator. South American rattlesnakes are found just about everywhere in the continent's lowlands. Although they're not particularly aggressive to humans, that widespread range is frankly a little scary. Why? Because with an LD50 of 0.478 milligrams per kilogram, their bite tends to kill over 70% of the people who don't receive antivenom. But those who get treatment are not safe. a shocking 11% of people who receive antivenom still perish. So, even with medical help, a bite from this rattler has around a 1 in 10 shot of killing you. Well, at least their rattlers might give you a fair warning before they bring the pain. Number 5, the Dubois Sea Snake. Ask any serious snake enthusiast, and they will tell you sea snakes have a reputation for being particularly deadly. But that's only partly true. Human deaths from sea snake bites are actually quite rare, since these real-life sea serpents tend to be pretty chill. When they do bite humans, they tend to do it dry, meaning they don't inject their venom. After all, why waste some perfectly good death juice when they could just scare you away? But if you do get one mad enough to bite you properly, good luck. Sea snake venom is ridiculously potent. With an LD50 of 0.044 milligrams per kilogram, the Dubois Sea Snake is the deadliest of the species. It's also the 3rd most venomous snake on Earth. Yeah, there's more coming. Number 4, the box jellyfish.
They can be beautiful while in the water, but box jellyfish can pose a cautionary tale for unassuming swimmers and beachgoers.
Let's step away from snakes for a minute and check in with another deadly creature. Box jellyfish may not look like much, but you should not judge a book by its cover. They can get surprisingly mean for a creature that appears so squishy.
What makes them so dangerous to man are their tentacles. An adult box jellyfish can grow up to 40 of them, and each one contains around 5,000 stinging cells.
A species of the box jellyfish known as the sea wasp has an LD50 of 0.04 milligrams per kilogram, making its venom as potent as any sea snake. Its sting can also cause intense pain and even send swimmers into cardiac arrest before they reach the shore. Even patients who get treated with antivenom can be left in pain for up to 2 weeks. Number 3, the eastern brown snake.
And there's the little beauty.
All right, it's time to get back to snakes. But what a reptile the eastern brown snake is. Initially, it may not look or sound that intimidating. But despite its bland name and color scheme, it can very much kill you if you're not careful.
Like most snakes, the eastern brown is shy. But catch it off guard, and it doesn't hesitate to strike.
We're not kidding. Thanks to its potent LD50 of 0.0365 milligrams per kilogram and a tendency to thrive in human-populated areas, the eastern brown snake is responsible for around 60% of snakebite deaths in Australia. On a continent known for its venomous snakes, the fact that this creature kills more people than any of its relatives is terrifyingly impressive. Number 2, the inland taipan. You didn't think we were done with Australia, did you? If you've been bitten by a taipan snake, you have to think fast.
Her strike is incredibly fast and devastatingly accurate.
Are you on the coast or inland? Why would it matter? Because when it comes to the taipan snake, that venom may be more dangerous depending on your location.
It's estimated that one bite delivers enough venom to kill at least 100 fully grown humans.
The inland taipan's venom is more dangerous than its coastal cousin. With an LD50 of 0.025 milligrams per kilogram, it's one of the most venomous snakes in the world.
The venom is very complex, but the main constituent part is what's called a neurotoxin. That is, a toxin that affects the nervous system, and it's very, very fast acting.
Thankfully, they prefer to spend most of their time underground to avoid the scorching heat of the Australian sun, making bites rare. Since it's more likely to run than fight unless you corner it, don't put this snake in a corner.
Well, that hasn't happened to me before, or anybody else. Anybody alive, that is. Just think, the deadliest snake on Earth came up and gave me a lick. Good thing she didn't like the taste much.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. The Maricopa harvester ant, with an LD50 of 0.12 milligrams per kilogram. The world's most venomous insect. The king cobra, with an LD50 of 1.28 milligrams per kilogram, for instant recognizability.
At this size, you kind of expect it to be a python, but it's not. It is the largest venomous snake in the world.
The assassin caterpillar, with an LD50 of 0.19 milligrams per kilogram. The world's scariest inchworm. The funnel web spider, with an LD50 of 0.16 milligrams per kilogram. Second place in the arachnid category.
In terms of temperament, the Sydney funnel webs are just ill-tempered, cranky spiders.
It's the grumpy old man of the bug world.
The blue Krait, with an LD50 of 0.1 milligrams per kilogram. Almost as deadly as its many-banded cousin.
The Malayan Krait is one of the few Asian snakes carrying a purely neurotoxic venom. As a nocturnal hunter, it stalks its prey in darkness by following scent trails, often entering through an open window or door.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The Geography Cone Snail.
It looks harmless, but appearances can be deceiving.
What, that little thing? Surely you jest. But if you see a shell like this at the beach, it's one that you absolutely do not want to pick up. Cone snails can lash out with a literal barbed harpoon the size of a hypodermic needle to inject the venom with an LD50 of between 0.012 and 0.03 milligrams per kilogram. There's not even an anti-venom for its toxin.
Fish hunting snails are particularly dangerous, with venom strong enough to kill a human.
If you get stung, you've just got to go on life support until the toxins wear off. They typically inhabit shallow reefs in the Indo-Pacific. Instead of trying to pick up this shell, you should just bring home a novelty t-shirt.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.